In this video, I'm going to explain the whole storyline of the legendary game series of Saga of the Dead. Saga of the Dead is a universe where we're having Road of the Dead 1, Road of the Dead 2, Lab of the Dead, and Range of the Dead game storylines. The government wants to create a biological weapon for control behavior. Project called the Project Flatline. Project Flatline was counted for the 6 months period. It had military team, scientific assistants, maintenance personnel. The main scientist that was doing the researches about it was Dr. Laurie Benedict. To control the virus spread, they also needed to find a cure. After modifying the virus, unfortunately they did not find the cure, but realized that virus can mutate. The Captain Wood was in charge of the whole Project Flatline and also the military team. Laurie Benedict starts to notice how security personnel playing with infected specimens, how they neglecting protocols, also during the whole time she was doing audio recordings. In one of these audios, we are able to listen to security guard Peter, who neglects the protocols and not taking the whole situation seriously.
Hi, this is Private Peter Johnson. This is my second...
Mr. Johnson, you don't need to present yourself or count your logs. I archive the logs every time with all the required information.
Sorry, Doctor. And call me Pete.
Mr. Johnson is fine. Proceed.
Sorry. I've been guarding the storage room for a few days now. They totally give me the creeps. I stare at them and they stare back. They're trying to grab me. Good thing they're behind bars. Nothing else to report so far. I've been a bit under the weather these last few days. I think I missed the sun. I wasn't trained to be a lab worm. No offense, Doctor.
Don't talk to me during your logs, Mr. Johnson.
Okay. Jeez. Well, since the great Dr. Laurie Benedict got mad at us the other day, I can't have fun with the zombies anymore, so the guarding job is pretty damn boring. Sure beats getting killed in Afghanistan, though. Peter, out. I've been told I still have to do the logging, even though Dr. Benedict isn't around. Well, the security rounds are just as boring as before. My hand hurts like a bitch, though. I gotta stop scratching that wound. It's just a tiny scratch, and now it's a mess. Goddamn zombies. One of them tried to grab my arm when I was screwing with him a couple of weeks ago. I knocked him cold on his ass with the stock of my M16. But hey, I haven't touched him since the doctor told us not to. Anyway, that's it for now.
Sooner Dr. Laurie Benedict realizes that there is no cure for virus and the consequences can be much bigger. Later, Dr. Laurie Benedict, after listening to Peter's security guard's recordings, realizes that he got bitten after some time she and other guard finding infected Peter that already become a zombie and guard kills him. After this, Dr. Laurie Benedict decides to destroy all the documents and classified the materials to prevent it from using. After doing so, she was killed by the Captain Wood for not following the orders. At the end, we finding out that the virus already spread it out in the complex. I can make an assumption that during evacuation, some of the personnel might have been bitten or some of the zombies got out. From there, actual virus spread starts to happening. Outbreak started outside the complex. The spread of infection started so fast that Evans City lasted for only 7 days. Day 1, small isolated events of an unknown illness and violence are reported in and around Evans City. Day 2, news reports of a man dying of an unknown illness who was rushed to Evans City Hospital where bloody violence and chaos ensued. The first one who responded to these events were the Evans City Emergency Medical Services, police and fire departments, but due to the lack of knowledge of what was really happening, most of them have been killed and become infected. Day 3, more reports of sick, seemingly dead people committing acts of random violence in the city. Cannibalism is also witnessed, but grisly details are being withheld to reduce panic. SWAT was sent to the infected areas where the outbreak has started. The SWAT team was the first one who started actively fighting with zombies and clearing the streets. Unfortunately, it wasn't last long because there were too many zombies and even team of specialists had casualties and problems with maintaining the security. Day 4. Center for Disease Control moves in, setting up makeshift zones to try to contain the unknown illness. It's reported that bites and deep scratches can transfer the disease. The infected victims are clinically dead, but still move and attack violently in larger and larger numbers. Day 5. All news channels are forced off the air. Military forces move in and begin a quarantine of the entire city. No one is permitted to enter or leave the city. Military officials broadcast the rules of the quarantine to keep calm and stay indoors. All outside news channels are reporting that there is a chemical leak and that it's being cleaned up. The truth of the mysterious illness is being withheld from the public under government order. Day 6. Riots and panics break out as people try to leave the city. Hundreds are arrested and put into makeshift camps in local schools and jails. The military and CDC set up quarantine checkpoints throughout Evans City to uphold the quarantine. Churches and police stations are set up to be last-minute evacuation zones. More people become infected and lash out violently. Thousands of people are being killed. Military open fire on anyone approaching checkpoints. The CDC begins burning large piles of bodies. Day 7. The infected walking corpses start to outnumber living people in the city. Checkpoints are being overrun at a faster and faster rate. A central command and communications checkpoint is overrun by a panicked riot of hundreds of civilians, followed by a horde of undead. A high-security broadcast radio is stolen in the chaos. Communication breaks down throughout military channels as the military is thrown into disarray. After this event, we are meeting with our main heroes from Road of the Dead, about which I will talk about in next video.